Hello everyone, and welcome back to the HellfireComms livestream. We're here with more of Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 2. Last time, a lot of things happened. Sasuke fought Itachi. Madara fucked with Sasuke's mind. It's not a hard thing to do. Jiraiya fought Pain. Jiraiya got fucked with and found out. That's not how that phrase goes, but it's okay. But Naruto doesn't know what happened yet. He doesn't realize that Jiraiya has died and has taken on a mission which is kind of filler, but we need to do this because it is absolutely super important to the game because the developer said so.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. It was actually, I guess it's to bring the player back to a sense of normalcy after playing not Naruto for so long.
Especially after just listening to someone talking to Sasuke for so long.
Yeah, there was a really long section of just talking to Sasuke, and oh boy, there is a much longer section in Storm 3 of just talking to someone. That one does involve Naruto, though, so at least it has the right name on the box.
I appreciate that no matter what is happening in this village, those kids are still running in the exact same line.
So, for whatever reason, we had to come out here and talk to this old woman.
What's she doing outside the village? That's sus.
Well, this person is not from the Leaf Village.
Yeah, it's just a weird place to meet a client is all.
Yeah. So, whoever we're supposed to be meeting with has people looking for them. That's concerning.
Yeah, that are ninjas.
That are ninjas, specifically. Someone wants to meet with Naruto specifically without any fuss. I could think of a few people that would apply to. One in particular would probably want to escape from people in order to meet in private.
I can think of a few that wear a black and red coat.
Well, yeah, this is true too. Probably would not be submitting missions directly to the village in order to have that happen, though.
Right, that's why it's happening through this old lady. It's a proxy.
Alright. Grains of the desert, gathered in the wind, a desert rose. We have to remember that.
Yes, we must go wherever the withered rose blooms.
Or whatever, yeah.
Nailed it, yeah.
Sure hope I remember that. Naruto is a good rememberer.
He might not remember what he forgot, but he will remember what he remembers. And that makes him a very good rememberer.
Alright, Castle Oblivion.
Oh boy.
So, I think I remember the lady said we were specifically looking for a shinobi wearing sunglasses. It's certainly not those evil-looking copies of Lee and Guy.
Yeah, probably not. Someone should probably do something about that. I don't know, actually, if they're just standing there, I guess it's no one's problem.
Yeah, they're not really doing anything. That's the Cursed Doll side quest that, again, I'm going to be showing off the ending of to unlock the bonus section, and there's copies of Team 8.
Oh, okay, it's not Shino. Shino's not who we're meeting.
No, specifically not.
That's the only person with black glasses I could think of.
This one random ninja here does have black sunglasses and is blocking our way.
Well, that will... Yeah, that narrows it down.
So the first part of the code was...
Grains of the desert.
Grains of the desert. And the second part is...
Gathered in the wind.
Gathered in the wind. And finally...
A desert flower.
A desert rose.
A desert rose, specifically. Sorry, I went too generic. I would have been killed on the spot for not knowing the passcode.
Probably just sent away, all things considered.
He's got to be like, alright, well that's basically right.
Yeah.
He's got to take one look at Naruto and be like, I'm impressed you remembered all that.
Considering who it is that wants to meet Naruto, they would understand... You know, what he's like. Yeah, it's Gaara.
Oh, that does make sense as far as people do not want to fuss about.
It also, the guys that were in the forest that we could have spoken to were all wearing sand ninja uniforms.
Oh, you're right.
And Gaara just kind of ran away because he wanted to see Naruto, and that's why the other ninja are looking for him.
Yeah, that's the extremely heterosexual actions.
Absolutely, they are just best friends.
Hello, Nat. Welcome.
Hi, Nat.
What kind of pizza you ordering?
I know she's ordering Domino's. Other than that, I don't know anything specific. Those who are watching, please send your energy to Nat. She has been feeling rather ill lately, so hope she feels better soon.
Honestly, Naruto and Gaara are one of the pairings that, like, has the most chemistry.
Yeah.
Like, they don't get to interact very much, but, like, if they got to interact with each other more, I could see it, you know?
Yeah, for sure. It's also, like, at least in terms of, like, after the Chunin exams, one of the least toxic relationships out of most pairings.
Genuinely. Which is shocking in some ways.
Yeah, that's right. The tattoo / scar, or whatever you want to call it, on Gaara's forehead is the kanji for love. I call it a scar because I'm pretty sure he did that to himself with his sand when he was younger. So it's not actually a tattoo.
The difference between sand and ink is not very far.
I guess. Yes, Gaara's heart is pounding at the thought of fighting against Naruto.
Good for them. What if you still had Sasuke's health? Gaara's like, I'll let you have the first punch. And then Naruto just does all of this shit.
Just instantly Rasen Shuriken. Surely this will work.
How many of those you got?
A second Shuriken in shadow of the first one.
When did that happen? Can we flash back to that?
Hey, I finally got the tilt move to work. That's Naruto's tilt move. I've been trying that almost every session since we started this game.
Congratulations.
Hey Gaara, you ready for this? Oh, he actually has Rasen Shuriken. I forgot his ultimate changes.
I win.
Just a friendly sparring match, Gaara.
Something that dissolves you on the atomic level.
Yeah, for real though. Nice. Sure. Uh-huh.
Gaara not sleeping is one of the craziest things that I can't believe is fanon.
When he had the one-tailed Shukaku sealed inside him, he could not sleep at all. Or rather, when he did sleep, the beast was like, would take over his body and rampage.
Yeah, I should have said inability to sleep.
Right. And after the tailed beast was extracted, it's kind of unclear if he can sleep normally or if he just chooses not to because he went 12 years of his life without sleeping and he got used to it.
I love the ellipses between Temari and Kankuro, like he was hesitant to give Kankuro the praise.
Hi, says Naruto. Currently in the process of abducting a foreign leader.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least as far as they're concerned.
Mm-hmm. You know, it's really quite the move to pull after you were kidnapped and then almost died.
Yeah, for real though.
Because, like, it truly is one thing for the village leader to go disappearing suddenly. Maybe he told, like, I don't know, 2 people or something, right? It doesn't seem like he told anyone.
That one guy that we had to give the code to was all.
Mm-hmm.
Did not tell his siblings. Did not tell his brother and sister.
I'm always thinking about how fucking heavy sand is, by the way. To have, like, an entire clay gourd, and then also to have that gourd be full of sand. He's, like, basically carrying a big-ass punching bag on his diminutive back the whole time.
I want to correct you on one thing. The gourd's not made of clay. It's made of more sand.
Oh, my bad.
It is just sand holding sand.
It's not even just hardened sand, that's just sand?
Hardened in such a way that it holds its shape, but it can be dissolved into more sand for use.
I see. We gotta get this guy to a beach. He would make the best sandcastle.
Pretty sure that's gotta be a filler, right?
It's somewhere in there, surely.
Before we get back to the village, there's something I want to talk about, by the way. I've been meaning to talk about for a while. The name of this game series is obviously Ultimate Ninja Storm. Originally on the PS2, it was the Ultimate Ninja series. In Japan, it is called Naruto Hero, and they did that because the word ultimate, when spoken by a Japanese person, is Arutamate. And they just added an N at the front because then you get Narutomate. And I think that's really cool.
That's a good pun.
Yeah.
You never come out to meet me like this.
I always feel like the Japanese are just like on the cusp of beating us all the time in puns, like it's a fucking constant arms race.
Their puns work a lot better because a lot of their words just flow together better and make more sense when you try to make puns out of them. But anyway, we got some news waiting for Naruto at the Hokage's mansion, so seems like it's serious time now. Is Kakashi joining us? No. Okay, yep, there he goes. He just took a while.
He's just going to be fashionably late behind you.
Kakashi, why the long face? I have a mask on.
Naruto's gotten really good at reading Kakashi's expressions, though.
Yeah. The one eye is actually very, very expressive. Yes, Star also calls it nuns.
I also call it nuns. Every single one of these audio files that I save for this thing, nuns.
Nuns.
There you are.
So unfortunately, it is time for everyone to be the bearer of bad news.
And, who's that? Who's the geezer frog? Watch your mouth. This honorable personage is one of the two great sages of Mount Myoboku, Lord Fukusaku. He's the venerable master who taught Lord JIraiya Sage Jutsu.
Not that anyone here knows anything about Sage Jutsu, aside from maybe Tsunade.
Mm-hmm.
Pervy Sage's teacher?
Pervy Sage, huh? What a fitting nickname for Jiraiya boy.
So what's the frog geezer
I
doing
think these
here?
toads are like multiple thousands of years old, by the way.
Naruto, please.
I'm not sure where to begin. But, I suppose the most important thing is...
Huh?
Jiraiya boy has fallen in battle.
What? What are you talking about?
I hate that line read so much.
He was fighting
That is
the
such a
leader of the
terrible
Akatsuki.
read for the situation.
One attack caught him off
Yeah.
guard and-
Wow, that was so blasé.
That was so fucking bad. It's so much better in the Japanese.
This is why voice direction is so critical.
Mm-hmm.
But he entrusted his information.
For the most part, I don't mind the Naruto's English dub. I think in a lot of cases it's actually better. That's not one of them.
Mm-mm.
Left the rest up to you.
Yeah, voice direction and context.
No, that's gotta be a lie. It's the truth. But Pervy Sage, he never... It's the truth. Accept it.
Jiraiya lived to be, what, like 65 or something? That's like
Naruto.
living to be 200 by our context. Like, a ninja living that long is insane.
He lived
You
through
let
a
him
lot
go?
of generations of
Grandma?
ninja nonsense.
Yeah.
That's right. Why? Why'd you let him take that?
I think I watched the English dub of Naruto up until the Sasuke retrieval arc. And then I found out that there were more episodes online, so I started watching those. And around the Hidan and Kakuzu arc of Shippuden, I switched over to the manga, and I never looked back.
You of all people ought to know
Getting
how the
spoiled
Hokage's
by
feeling now.
AMVs, as Goldmember says in chat, that brings me back.
Naruto, where are you going?
Naruto Shippuden, Episode 11, Part 1 of 3.
That's how I watched them. That's how I watched them after I started watching them online. Part 1 of 3, yep.
I got so sick of watching the filler and every single one of the cutbacks that was taking up like just minutes of airtime in the middle of the episodes that was finally what made me realize that I can start watching things online.
Yeah.
My apologies, Lord Fukasaku. I'll arrange for Naruto to...
No.
So this is what I did not want to start this part with, but I forgot about that filler segment with Gaara that was before this, which actually worked better as an intro to this session, so we're not immediately, I'm ready depression.
Mm-hmm.
Let's adjourn for today. I expect Naruto will calm down.
You referencing SpongeBob there?
I sure was. You're gonna see why in just a second.
Okay.
One of the most baffling and probably most ingenious gameplay decisions in the entire game is about to
We're
happen.
dismissed.
Oh, please. Yeah, I'm excited then.
Yes, ma'am.
Naruto's having an off day. Stats halved.
Oh, Tsunade.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God. Your family and friends really went to shit, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Alex. Welcome to the stream.
Yo.
Everyone's just been given the bad news about Jiraiya's passing.
Yeah.
You fool.
Wow, they didn't even try to match the lip movements on that one.
Mm-mm. They did try to match the delivery, though, so that's something.
Mm-hmm. They sure didn't for Naruto. He just sounds mad. And then it's this. I'm ready. Depression.
Oh my god.
I'm ready. Depression.
No shot. Does it play the same animations on all the villagers anyways?
It sure does, and they get in your way.
Oh, this is so perfect.
It's, like I said, it's baffling because this is a fighting game. You know? It's a fighting game, and then you got this. And fortunately, you don't have to walk all the way through every single room. It does sort of cut out after a little while.
No, I wanted them to commit. Can you at least wait on the next screen till the girl with my favorite fit comes through?
If I get there, yeah.
Yeah, see if it brings Naruto any joy.
Hey there, Naruto.
I'm not even sure I can get that far because I think it stops here at Ichiraku.
Oh.
I hear you've been real active on missions and such. Everyone in the village is talking about you. Hey, let's go somewhere and catch up. I'll buy you some Ichiraku ramen.
Jiraiya loved ramen.
No thanks.
Naruto?
My god, they really just... Male Flanagan was given no direction for this part at all.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm ready. Depression.
Yeah.
Wait, don't go too far. Wait, what does Shikamaru have to say? Did the characters say anything?
I think Shikamaru has been informed as to what's going on.
Yeah, I'm sure he understands.
Oh,
Aww.
that's that particular dialogue line is sure important right now.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
Hey, random ninja number 7, do you have anything to say?
Actually, I am random ninja number...
Oh, he's talking about Jiraiya's books.
Huh.
I'm sorry, how much do these books weigh if they're affecting your speed, my dude?
It's not about the physical weight, it's about the weight that it'll bring on his mind.
No, I want to talk to Hinata! No! No! Don't snub Hinata!
Can you go backwards?
Can I? I want to see. I want to talk to Hinata. What does Hinata have to say?
Naruto, dude, you're getting outpaced by these children.
Hi, Choji. Choji has not been informed.
Mm-mm. Oh my god, do you think it's that if you hold a direction for long enough, it just warps you to the next part of the map?
Not sure. It's probably an added loading zone for this part of the game. Just a trigger that's in the middle of the room.
You could find out by walking backwards if you really want to.
Nah, I'm good.
Okay. That's the sort of thing I would waste hours finding out stuff like that.
Right, that's something that I could certainly do on my own time, but not during a stream playthrough.
Oh, not even cool big shuriken ninja can cheer Naruto up.
There is another section similar to this in Storm 3, where the character is walking slowly for a different reason.
Mm-hmm.
Which we will get to whenever that one happens.
It's been so long since I've seen the Hidden Leaf Village. Sure is a relief to be back, isn't it?
This last field mission took forever.
That kid sounds like 30.
That kid has definitely been handed too many smokes by Asuka. Or,
Asuma?
Asuma, yeah.
Also, those two kids are the same. They must be twins.
Could be, yeah. One of them's a little taller than the other one. Maybe they're brothers.
I think that's just perspective.
No, because you can see the position of, like, the feet.
We can't help it, Sensei. It's just been so long. Honestly.
Or maybe that's just a genjutsu.
When I came back to the Hidden Leaf Village, Pervy Sage told me to settle down too, didn't he?
Wow. They... I am so sorry, Male Flanagan. They gave you no direction whatsoever. They really just told you to read the lines as is.
That Naruto, haha. Holy shit, I just blew out the mic on that one.
Oh, Lord.
Do you think the impact of Jiraiya's loss would have been heightened or lessened if it came before Asuma's death?
Today's training was pretty harsh, as always.
We're just getting started.
I really don't know. It's a tough question because a lot of early Shippuden is about that loss.
Mm-hmm.
Because you got Chio at the start, and then there's Asuma, and I guess the loss of not finding Sasuke, that would also count, and just, wanting to take revenge against Orochimaru, and all of that builds up to the final confrontation that Naruto has with Pain at the end of this game, of course.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I suppose this is the impetus that starts the momentum.
Mm-hmm.
When I think I'm getting closer to Sasuke, bit by bit, it just makes me happy.
Always keep your goals in mind during your struggles, chat.
And I'll get Sasuke back for sure.
Always cheerful with a positive attitude, huh? Looking at you, I'm convinced that someday a bright light will shine into this world of ninja.
Huh? Where's this coming from?
Well, Jiraiya, you're right. It's unfortunate that the bright light is shining out of Boruto instead.
Unfortunately, right now...
That's not true.
my hatred.
The series, not the character.
Okay. I was gonna say, no, I feel like they get a bright light by the end of this series.
Hatred?
It's a product of war. The grudge felt after...
From what little I know about the Boruto series, it's questionable if the way things end up is even that good, because technology advances so ridiculously quickly that they're probably going to run into a lot of the problems that the real world has.
Sure, but I count that as a whole separate discussion. I don't like to think of Boruto in the canon of Naruto.
Well, sure, of course.
that the day will come when all people will
Technically, that bit of the future was the epilogue to the Naruto manga, so that part is canon, whether you want it to be or not.
Oh, sure.
Just the events of the Boruto series are separate.
That part is fine. I just choose to believe that Naruto would be the best father. He would be the entire section cheering on his kids in, like, the stands at a baseball game. You know what I mean?
Oh, of course. The fact that Naruto ends up being the father that's never around, that can, never actually support the kids, is just... It makes no sense whatsoever.
Absolute nonsense. Naruto should have been the Hokage for, like, a year and then been like, oh my god, this sucks. Shikamaru, I'm promoting you. I need time to spend with my family.
Mm-hmm. Shikamaru's like, what about my family?
And then Naruto's like, she's in another village.
For real, though, the fact that Sasuke ended up being a better parent than Naruto is hilarious.
Ooh, good expression.
Mm-hmm.
Pervy Sage.
That sounded real waterlogged. That was really good.
Yeah. They must have upped the budget for those lines. The voice director was on vacation.
Oh, buddy.
Naruto.
Iruka-sensei.
I heard about Lord Jiraiya.
I wanted him to keep watching over me.
Oh, that's how they adapt that honorific.
Mm-hmm.
But I only ended up showing Pervy Sage the worst, most uncool side of me.
Lord Jiraiya only ever had praise for you.
Except when he was calling you an idiot.
He was always boasting about you, saying you were like his own grandchild.
Well, Jiraiya is Naruto's godfather, so there's that.
Sage?
Although he never tells Naruto this, for some reason.
That he would become a wonderful Hokage one day. So...
But... Pervy Sage isn't here anymore. Even if he thought of me as his grandson, even if he believed I'd become Hokage, he isn't here anymore. He isn't anywhere anymore.
Naruto clearly does not believe in the afterlife.
Fair.
Huh?
Actually, wait, no it's not. Not in this setting.
He's inside you, in your heart.
The third Hokage literally summoned the Grim Reaper.
Orochimaru summoned the past Hokage.
Yeah.
It's true that Lord Jiraiya has left us, but the will
Twice.
we inherited from him is still alive.
The will?
It's about the spirit of it, though.
In all that time you spent walking with Jiraiya,
The second time he did it shouldn't even have worked, because they should have been eaten by the Shinigami. But I think Kishimoto literally forgot that happened.
it was a
Oh, well.
complement of ideas, a will. That's what you inherited. That, Lord Jiraiya's will, is alive. It's firmly alive inside of you.
It should be emphasized. It kind of sounds like we're,
You should find Jiraiya within you.
what's a PG version of taking the piss? What is that?
I don't know.
Poking fun. Like, poking fun at it. We love Naruto.
Oh, absolutely. There's just a lot of things to make fun of.
Oh, look at him.
And then the cut to the 3D model. Ooh, that's not good.
For example, even
It
if
does
the
look a little
same thing
goofy.
happens to you,
It's not so bad since it's got the flashback filter on it. But it's still very obvious that it's not
your eyes
like
will be
the 2D animation.
that you'll rush down
Mhm.
the path you believe in. I'll always believe in you.
Kishimoto made questionable decisions throughout most of the series. There were just a lot of them in the final arc specifically.
What did Jiraiya say? They're inside
The
you.
final arc is the final chance for things to come together that did not come together beforehand, so it always crystallizes a lot of previous decisions in a certain light. Like, it's happening right now with Hero Acad, because
He didn't.
sometimes people just fail to deliver by the end of their stories.
But that's a discussion for another place and time.
Oh, sure, yeah, I'm leaving it there.
My head up,
I can't get started.
pushed down the path.
I wouldn't know where to get started because I don't keep up with it.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of Naruto's final arc, we'll be covering that in Storm 4, of course, and I have already talked about it since I played it during the Adaptathon, I think it was, a few years ago. So you can go check that out. Hint, hint. Go watch HFC videos if you want more info about how I feel about that. But I mean, we're going to be covering it on stream eventually as well,
Mm-hmm.
as just a normal stream and not part of a charity event.
Get more of Spar's smooth tones.
He told me I could.
The Spar and Star Power Hour.
He said I was like
That's
his
right.
grandchild.
The Spatar.
If I stay depressed, Hervey Sage is gonna get mad at me.
Thank you, Quentin Flynn. I feel better now.
And it's frustrating and hard.
Oh, that's Quentin Flynn? Hell yeah.
Iruka's Quentin Flynn, yeah.
I hope that hell yeah isn't in bad taste. I actually don't know what else, if he's done anything in real life.
There were allegations, but I don't think anything was ever proven.
I'm gonna drop that one there.
Feel free to look up things on your own to make your own decision, I suppose. There was kerfuffles a few years
I'm gonna
ago.
be myself.
I see.
I'm gonna take what Pervy Sage gave me and charge down.
Naruto, you're allowed to be sad for more than one day, bud.
As Pervy Sage's student to the very end.
But congratulations on reaching your resolve.
Yeah.
Naruto's not really the kind of person to be sad for very long, I think.
No, he said earlier it's not like him to be depressed or to get depressed like that, so. More so than the actual information, I think it was the shock, the suddenness of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has been carrying a lot for his whole life. He's gotten pretty good at moving forward and finding the positive aspects of things.
Mm-hmm. I think another part of why Naruto was so affected by it is he probably figured that if Jiraiya ever fell in battle, that Naruto would be next to him,
Mm-hmm.
fighting alongside him to avenge him right away, and it happened in, God knows where, and Naruto had no idea it was even happening, so
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why that it keeps flashing back up on the screen, things like that. I wish it wasn't doing that.
Looks like you're all here.
I didn't even see what you're talking about.
The title screen, the title card for the chapter popped up again after it faded out.
Naruto, are you okay now?
Yeah.
I never had that issue when I recorded this game for the non-com channel, and I don't know why it's happening now.
All right.
Oh, that voice scared the shit out of me. I was like, who is that? Oh, it's the frog.
Yeah. This game goes to basically the resolution with pain, and it covers a little bit of
course.
what Sasuke does after meeting Madara / Toby.
Mm-hmm.
This is the information on pain that Jiraiya boy left for us.
Rinnegan, huh? That's more worrisome than I anticipated.
And there are 6.
Was there anything you yourself felt, Lord Fukusaku? At this point, we want all the
Again,
information we can
the
get.
way Jiraiya actually conveyed all of this information was burning a code into Fukusaku's back. And this code could only be deciphered by Naruto actually using Jiraiya's books as a cipher, or using the code as a cipher to look through Jiraiya's books in order to find it out. And the code masters of the village could not figure it out on their own, so Naruto was actually the one that managed to solve the code that Jiraiya created because he knew about the books.
That's actually really cool as a way to be like, no, you are directly inheriting what he has left behind.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, what's wrong?
The real one isn't here.
Jiraiya boy.
But again, that's really complex to show in gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
And not entirely super important to the things they're trying to get across in this game. So just having Jiraiya say that is a lot easier to convey.
Mm-hmm.
What's that supposed to mean?
I don't know. I've no idea why he said it.
There isn't much we can do with so little to go on.
I don't know if Jiraiya really expected Naruto to be the one to solve the cipher. I'm sure any of his fans probably could have figured it out. It's just that Naruto was the first one to figure it out because he knew Jiraiya that well.
I'm gonna go train.
Mm-hmm. Hypothetically, it could have been Kakashi.
Right, yeah.
Doesn't matter what kind of awesome abilities he has. All I have to do is grow stronger than he is. I'm gonna go train. I'll get that strength.
That's a very Goku mindset.
I can't just sit around doing nothing.
It's a very consistent Naruto mindset, too.
Mm-hmm.
Pushing yourself is good, but you can train all you like. You still won't stand a chance against pain.
That's also very true.
Mm-hmm.
So, come along with me. I'll train you in Sage Jutsu at Mount Myoboku.
Mount Myoboku? If I train there, I'll be able to beat pain?
That I couldn't say. But your chances will be better than
Again, there's the question of why Fukusaku and I think his wife is Shima, the girl toad, the lady toad, why they couldn't reverse summon Jiraiya in the middle of the pain fight, but my explanation, since there is no explanation in canon, is that pain could interrupt or stop the summoning somehow.
I'm sure the Rinnegan has a technique somewhere in there.
Yeah. One of the paths was the summon path. That's why it was summoning all the huge animals and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, theoretically, they'd be able to stop it somehow. That's why they didn't do that to escape.
Honestly, though, the mental image of having to summon Jiraiya over and over again, but he keeps getting replaced with, like, a tadpole.
Then I'll entrust Naruto to you for a while. He's a bit of a loudmouth, but please take good care of him.
I think I can manage that. Okay. Then.
Yeah, so if Jiraiya had actually taken Naruto's training seriously during the time skip, he'd be a lot more prepared for this and for most of the other things that happen in Shippuden. He kind of didn't improve very much. A lot of his baseline stats improved, and he was able to make a bigger Rasengan. And that's kind of it. I really don't know what's going on with that shelf at the top of the screen. Someone should probably dust that. It looks a bit dirty up there.
Leans in closer. Oh, it's gone. Damn.
I think it's the shadow or the light coming through is not not displaying correctly for whatever video settings I have.
I love the idea of Naruto being like, alright, I'm on my way, and then everyone just watches him walk directly to the right, knock some shit over, and then pick up the ink like that was what he meant to do. Oh.
Yeah, there's another set of those things around, which I'm still going to continue ignoring. Just like I'm going to continue ignoring Konohamaru.
I was about to say, was that Konohamaru?
Yes, he has a side quest that requires you to go and buy basically everything at the Ninja Tool shop, which of course requires turning in a whole lot of items that I don't have, so... Hi, Hinata. I'm feeling better now. I have absolutely no idea where I'm going. I did not pay attention to the end of the dialogue.
No, but you do have an arrow.
I do have an arrow, and I am following that arrow. Oh, we have to come meet Fukusaku here. That's what it is. These guys over here, Dumb and Dumber, they have a side quest to go find pearls scattered around the world.
Huh.
The pet pig that Tsunade and Shizune has, Tauntaun, has a pearl necklace. And yeah, those got scattered around the world somehow.
You need the pearls for swine. Real quick, that kid in the pink sweater looks a lot like Hinata's kid from Board.
Huh. Yeah, does look a bit like Himawari. Welcome to Mount Myoboku, which, again, is a place in the real world. This is not a different dimension. It's just really, 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 really far away.
I know so many non-binary people that would love to visit a place with this many frog statues.
Now then, first I'll show you to my house.
What are you talking about, Geezer Sage?
Naruto, can you show any respect to anyone?
Come on, Naruto. There's no need to rush.
I didn't come here to play, you know. I came here to get stronger.
This boy.
That lake over there on the left, that is oil, by the way.
Right, then.
Just in case anyone was curious.
That's more like it.
We'll start by getting you accustomed to this environment.
Huh? Accustomed to?
Right. Mount Myoboku is a bit different.
It's not quite at the level of training in increased gravity that Dragon Ball has, but it's kind of similar in how it wears Naruto down quicker, and I think that has to do with the natural energy, which Naruto is going to be learning about soon, that permeates the whole area.
I love the way that Fukusaku has just completely pivoted his approach to be like, well, I'll make the training a part of the introduction to the area. And then Naruto starts saying all that stuff, and then he's like, okay, you will fuck around and find out.
This is another one of those fights that's a lot tougher than it probably should be, because the opponent has 2 supports and I have none.
That's okay, just beat their face in.
Mm-hmm. They're clones, as in made out of the ether clones, not shadow clones. So we don't care about them dying.
No. I don't think we'd care if they were shadow clones, though. Oh my god, you almost got clowned on.
Yeah, I'm really glad that I... this is also the point where the AI starts getting a lot more aggressive with substitutes. I'm really glad that I got that that guard up to block the Chidori, though.
Why are the sound effects so loud in this fight specifically?
Yeah. Alright, okay, I cancelled out Sakura being called by doing the crab.
I maintain that I cannot wait to play this game in a versus match with you as Lars. Ooh, if we do a versus match game here, and then in the next one... Oh, you just cheated to get that just now.
That's not even what I was trying to do, but I'll take it.
It did end the fight. If we do a match here, a match in the next game, if we go 1-1, we can tiebreaker in the 4th.
Right. I mean, there's also, like, Storm 1 and Revolution and a whole bunch of the other games.
Mm-hmm.
They all have working online on Steam, so... Alright, sure, Kisame.
He's the most important character right now. Yes, I would have loved an anime-style fighter for Naruto.
Yeah. If we ever get a proper fighting game, a la Fighter Z for Naruto or Persona 5 Arena, I actually want to take time and learn how to play them.
And I will be there with you.
Yeah.
Ideally, I think a team fighter for Naruto, considering literally the team structure of the story, but I don't think I want it to be a Dragon Ball Fighter style fighter or like a Strive style fighter, because...
Well, no, I meant more in the sense of being a high quality actual fighting game instead of a cartoon fighter.
Oh yeah. Well, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I just don't like the general simplicity behind fighters and Strive compared to previous, establishments.
No, I'm still good.
Oh, good night.
Yeah, the Ubisoft games, Rise of Ninja and Broken Bond, had Tekken-style combat, I think, or maybe it would be closer to call it Dragon Ball Z Budokai style. It was similar, but it had more of the focus on, super abilities and such, rather than... Combos were there, but they weren't as much of a big focus.
Every time someone just says the name Pain, I expect them to start doing slam poetry.
I've already finished my preparations. There were no problems.
I see.
Again, I wish I could cover Rise of Ninja on the stream. Unfortunately, it has direct from anime ripped cutscenes, and that's a great way to have your video blocked on YouTube.
Still,
You should put Cookie Rush or Subway Surfers on, just on a toggle. That way no one will click off during the black screens.
I think most Let's Plays that cover those games just skip the cutscenes, or they'll like mirror them and shrink them and do stuff to edit them so that they can still be shown, but I think a lot of it still gets blocked anyway.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, and gold members pointing out the hilarious way that YouTube tends to just pick up copies of anything.
It is just a one-to-one recreation of Let It Go in KH3. For some reason. I mean, I can understand why, but man, I sure hate that they did.
Right down to using unlicensed software to do it.
It's also like one of the highest quality, like highest visual quality cutscenes in the whole game as well, which is really annoying.
Makes sense, it's literally ripped from a movie.
But I mean, even the parts that show Sora, Donald, and Goofy.
Well, before we start that, there's something I want to confirm.
And then they also have like 2 bars of "Do you want to build a snowman?"
Mm-hmm.
They start and then don't commit to it. And then it's like, why do we get all this music for Frozen? Why couldn't we get music for Tangled? Those songs are actually good.
I see.
No, sorry. Nope, I can't keep this conversation going. It's Naruto time. I gotta put a hard stop to this one. I'm calling it.
Fair.
In other words, it means you've begun to acquire natural energy.
Natural energy?
I could spend hours complaining about Kingdom Hearts, and especially Kingdom Hearts 3, or just talking about it really, not specifically complaining, but again, not for this time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Oh, they call it mental energy in the dub?
In contrast, energy
I guess they don't want the connection to spirit with spiritualism or something, I don't know. It's the spiritual energy of... I guess mental energy also sort of makes sense.
Yeah, sorry, the smarter you get, the harder it is to balance your ki. That's why Shikamaru hates doing anything.
That just makes me want to work even harder.
Natural energy also acts to re-energize.
Oh, what I wouldn't do for a spoonful of your energy, Dud. I tried to say dude and bud at the same time, and I just said dud, which is not correct.
But it's okay. I do that a lot. So the external energy, the physical energy, is basically ki. Dragon Ball's ki. That's basically what that is. The mental energy, spirit energy, is a bit more nebulous. I did a few chapters of a crossover fanfiction where I likened the spiritual energy to basically magic in Final Fantasy.
Great start to a sentence, by the way.
Yeah. I am surprised that this entire Let's Play has had not as much talk of fanfiction as I expected, actually.
It's had more than I expected, honestly. We've brought it up every episode.
I expected way more, in all honesty.
We might end up talking about it more in the next game, because for this one we get to cover a lot of things we haven't talked about at all before.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, there you are.
Okay, let's train.
All right, but your opponent today is a tough one.
It's me.
Hervey Sage.
It's a copy of your teacher, so now you have to overcome the physical and the mental barrier.
Of course, I know that you're still.
Now, obviously, this is just a gameplay representation of the things that are happening. Naruto is actually meditating in canon in order to do this, in order to gather the natural energy in order to activate Sage Mode, which is a very difficult thing to do because if you gather too much and don't regulate it, you actually turn into a stone toad. Hence the area being surrounded by stone toads.
Oh, so these are people that just failed?
Or just, you know, things they made to represent that. I don't think that's the implication.
Okay. Okay, so long as it's not a every block in Mario Bros. Is a toad situation.
Yeah.
What splendid eyes. It looks like I was worried over nothing.
What splendid eyes. Perhaps he too will awaken to the Renegon.
Sure enough, they made a lot of fanfiction that did.
That's true.
I think one of my favorite bloodline limits that I ever found in a fanfiction was one where it was... Oh, right! That's a nice ultimate there.
Get fucked. Heat start armor crush.
The way it worked was that the person who had the bloodline ability could see seals and how the seals worked and all of the inner workings and everything. And you could also write seals just by looking.
Oh.
Yeah, very cool.
That is quite cool.
Especially because you could create the exploding seals just in thin air.
That's fun, yeah.
He just kind of stopped his combo. Okay.
Good for you. You're getting bodied.
Like I said, this is the point in the game where the AI does get quite a bit more aggressive. And I always forget that the ramen item on my little item wheel down there fills chakra and not health. Because I think in other games you have things that can fill health that I put in that slot.
Yep.
Please let me use substitution. There we go.
I love the way he says, oh no. What do you mean that doesn't have a hitbox behind you?
Sure.
I mean, actually, for game balance, it's probably a good thing, but... You could be right, Goldmember. I don't know what you need to use a Renegon. I was mostly just making a joke about Special Eyes.
I believe that is true, at least in order to unlock the some of the powers of it. The good kid.
That's him! It's okay, if he gets a blood transfusion from Sasuke, he's set. Or something. I don't know, that probably works.
Did it.
pervy sage I carry inside me is way stronger. He'd never go down that easy.
I mean, it worked for Madara. I was trying to think of how to word this. It worked for Madara. He literally just put some of the first Hokage cell's trademark into his body.
Thank you for adding the trademark. You're so right. They should say that shit in the story.
Way stronger. If I don't, I'll never catch up to him.
That's actually a really sweet sentiment, by the way, that the idea of the person is stronger in your head, so the goal is much greater.
I'm pretty sure it was confirmed that Nagato is from the Uzumaki clan because of his red hair, and I'm not sure about the Rinnegan specifically because he was given that by Toby, so he did not awaken that naturally.
Yeah, I think that one's real and not fanon or anything.
An avenged pervy sage. I never go back on my word. That's my ninja way.
Oh, you didn't say that's my Nendo, my ninja way.
No, they changed that part of the dub. Just like he doesn't say believe it anymore.
Oh, you're right. I hadn't thought about that at all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they stopped that dubism pretty early on, actually. Probably once it got to Shippuden, now that I think about it.
What's your opinion on that? I kind of like believe it. I think it's both fun to make fun of, and I think it's a pretty decent adaptation of Tebio.
Yeah, it's definitely not a bad way to go about it. I think there's not a great way to translate that entire thing.
Mm-hmm.
There is really not. So they did what they could, especially since they needed to match up with lip movements and the amount of time it takes people to say things as well.
Mm-hmm. And that's the difference between a good dubism and a bad dubism, personally, is that it changes the character in some ways, but without making it a total overhaul. It's just an adaptation for the West.
Right. I think people always say that, oh, Naruto says believe it way too much. Let me tell you, in the Japanese, he says tebayo on like every other word. It is all the fucking time.
They love verbal tics over there in terms of in terms of their dubs.
Yeah. It is way more common in the Japanese dub for Naruto to say tebayo than him saying believe it in the English.
I'm sorry, did they really start you all the way in the desert village so that you'd have to walk back?
Yes, because we're approaching the Leaf Village and there is something that is going to be happening. And it's going to start happening while Kakashi is not in the village.
They love starting you so far away from everything.
Mm-hmm.
What's this? Something feels wrong.
You think anyone ever goes off these designated paths? Like, just hop over the fence and just go out into the middle of nowhere?
No, there are ninja there that explicitly kill you if you try to leave the path.
It's just a giant fish that eats you.
Yeah, it's just a giant fish that eats you.
It's just like a 2000s platformer.
Mm-hmm. Or like some psychic energy hands crawl out of the water, you know?
Or just the in real life hand that grabs you in the SpongeBob games.
The Guardians from the outside of the sandbox stage in Halo 3 just nuke you from orbit.
So you remember how at the beginning of the game, it showed Pain destroying the village, and then it jumped back around to Naruto returning?
I'd genuinely forgotten, but thanks.
Yeah, so we're about to see that whole thing.
I would hate to live in the Leaf Village, right? Like, sure, it's one of the best in terms of civilian quality of life, but man, every year with this shit.
That's pretty generous once a year.
I don't know, sometimes there's a time gap. I think on average it's once a year, but sometimes you get real unlucky in one year.
And we still have to run almost all the way back from here as well. It doesn't jump cut us.
Okay, what did we have? Okay, so Naruto is a toddler. Naruto as a baby is born. We've got the Nine-Tailed Fox. Is there anything between that and the Uchiha Massacre? that we know of.
There is the Lightning Village attempts to kidnap Hinata, and Neji's father ends up dying.
True.
Is sacrificed in order to appease the Lightning Village. That wasn't really an attack, though. That wasn't like a mass casualty or anything.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh boy, the lighting wasn't good there.
I was gonna say, actually, that looked pretty cool.
Hidden Leaf Village?
I think this is actually where it just jump cuts us back to the village.
Are you all right?
Quentin Flynn, I feel you may be a bit outmatched here.
Tell me the location of the Nine Tails.
It's okay. He can manifest a Keyblade to solve this.
Or a high-frequency blade.
Both are good.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, a high-frequency blade would slap in this setting. They'd start to try to block it with their kunai and just die.
Mm-hmm.
Now, speak.
Don't underestimate the Leaf Ninja. We'd never sell out our comrades to people like you.
I see. Then your life ends here.
No. What ends here? Well, that would be you.
I think it would have been cooler if he just took those kunai.
Yeah.
Looks like I made it in time.
The copy ninja Kakashi Hatake. It is an honor to meet you.
I didn't expect
Kakashi stands up straighter. You know how rare it is for people to actually call me that?
Take that injured fella with you and withdraw.
Thank you.
Leave this scene to me.
He's just in tears.
Kakashi.
Yeah, Kakashi's gonna need luck, because this is not an opponent he can fight, unfortunately.
Tell me, where is the Nine Tails?
That's a silly question.
You don't intend to answer? Then I have no use for you.
Kakashi, like, whoa, 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 hang on, whoa, whoa, whoa. I thought I was fighting one of you. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Lord JIraiya. Pain.
So a lot of the whole Pain attacking the village sequence is skipped over. Again, because of ease of showing it in the game and gameplay reasons and stuff. In canon, Konohamaru actually takes out one of these paths.
Oh, huh.
If you could believe that. It's actually a pretty great sequence where Pain is in the process of reading Konohamaru's memories, and it shows the memories of Naruto teaching him the Rasengan, and then when it flashes back to, you know, in real time, he's getting hit with the Rasengan.
That's pretty cool.
Lots of substitution going on. And I can't use it whenever I want to because it's a timing thing, so I'm just slamming the button until it works.
Hey, how come you're using a log substitution? That's like infringement or some shit.
Was taught by JIraiya.
That's true, actually.
I'm sorry, you what? This is my combo now, apparently. That's what he just said. Alright, sure, I'll go Awakening mode. I'll get to show this off.
Dude, you didn't have that open the whole time?
No, he sure didn't.
Oh my god!
Yeah, Awakening does improve all of your stats, and you also get that hit stun on every hit that makes it harder to do anything about it.
You gotta love a 7-hit combo where the first 6 hits do absolutely nothing and the last hit just obliterates their health bar.
Hi, Datarai.
Oh, you're so late.
Well, we're getting support types for all of these other characters now.
Mm-hmm.
You are better than I expected. not good enough to defeat us.
I think Kakashi is able to take out one of these paths, and Konohamaru takes one out. And I think the other 4 survive to fight Naruto.
What is this? Is this guy like Hidan?
And Tsunade is knocked out. I don't remember specifically how that happens.
I need to keep you so you won't be a nuisance later.
That's actually pretty sad. I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Kakashi-sensei!
The fuck are you guys gonna do?
We came to back you up.
Yeah, the fuck are you gonna do?
Ino's got a pretty good jutsu for this, actually.
If she can hit Pain with it.
Yeah.
Thanks, but not this time.
That's the thing. It's always so funny to think about, like, power scaling, because Ino has an instant win jutsu. She just has to hit you with it.
On the other hand, Ino's jutsu can be overpowered because Chunin exam Sakura was able to fight off Ino's jutsu.
Presumably she's gotten a little bit better at applying it since then, though.
Well, yeah, of course. But I don't think it's going to work against Pain. Especially since these bodies, spoiler alert, don't really have a consciousness of their own.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, she might actually be hard counted here.
Here it comes.
Oh, Nathan in the chat says that Tsunade passes out after trying to heal everyone.
That's right. That's what it is. Thank you for letting me know.
That's a pretty good way to be out of the fight then.
Yes. Hang on, Pain, just a second. I need to apply this ointment and eat another bento real quick. Thanks, buddy.
I need to eat a whole tongue. Pain's just like trying to use his duplicates to see what Kakashi's mouth looks like. Oh yeah, get whatever that thing was right off the screen. I don't want to see that shit.
Yeah. So, Pain does not have supports. The other paths are not supports. They are just part of his combos, which I think is a really interesting way to do it. It also means that he doesn't have supports in this fight, and I do.
That's good. Yeah, sorry, but if you jump back from the Raging Demon, you can't just land in it again, you have to hit him out of it.
Wow, what a time to start your jutsu before I even start dashing.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, you got this, though. Wow, that's really bad.
It sure is.
What in God's name? Oh, you got it, this is it.
Sure,
never mind.
Yep. Are we implying that Choji and Ino actually helped in some way?
Honestly, yeah. I don't know, Choji's kind of strong.
We're a little bit early for that.
There are angels in this series?
There is one specific angel in this series. Also, Choji, if he used his max size, jutsu, the one where he becomes a literal giant, could probably take out Pain.
Were you trying to avoid saying the word inflation?
I was trying to avoid the word expansion, actually.
Oh. Synonyms.
Yes, Aizen Sosuke, welcome to the stream. This is story mode.
Mm-hmm.
We are near the end, although I don't know if we'll actually finish the whole thing today.
Mm-hmm.
What is this? Why is he getting up?
It's impossible for you to defeat me.
Kakashi used too much chakra.
I used too much chakra.
I was joking, but...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What?
It's that old man body. He's in his 40s, Can't you tell?
He's like 24.
Nah.
It's over.
No. Your opponent is me.
I love that they framed that like Kakashi joined the battle after Kakashi had been down.
I'll hold him here.
The ending being Sasuke versus Naruto is Storm 4. This is Storm 2, Aizen. It's also very confusing because your name is a character from Bleach, and this is specifically not Bleach.
While I'm holding him,
I think that makes it the opposite of confusing.
It's confusing to me.
Well, then you gotta get your head on straight, bud.
Don't worry. I'll be right on your tails as soon as I bought some time.
That's a lie.
Go!
Ino!
Right. Kakashi-sensei, we'll be waiting for you.
Right.
I really hope we don't have to fight Pain as Kakashi again.
I hope you do.
Not bad.
I'm here for as much pain as I can give you.
But I am not that easy.
Anytime a weapon pops out of someone's hand like that, I laugh because I know how that works.
Yep.
The tool is really small and it's just made bigger.
I was just thinking about the pipe falling SFX.
Sorry, Naruto. Sakura.
But not Sasuke.
No. Sasuke is kind of an asshole. So. Hey Naruto, you know how you were really upset about your teacher dying? Yeah, about that.
What's going on?
Sakura.
We might have enough time to just finish the game today. I really thought a lot of this was going to take longer. We're actually approaching the point of no return.
No, and that's with me asking you to talk to as many NPCs as possible.
Yeah, I mean, that was only a couple minutes.
Mm-hmm. Nathan says the rods actually grow out of the pains. Kind of a sick power in, like, a martial arts setting.
Okay, Nathan, I don't think we need to be talking about Pain's long and hard rods.
Spar, come on, man.
When you tee the ball up for me, I gotta hit it.
That was a foul ball. The entire other team is now going to be up to bat because of you.
I'm so glad this analogy is continuing.
I'm the master of sports metaphors.
Yeah, for sure.
Sakura, can you speak up?
As fast as we can and get things under control.
Matt says I have to spend an extra year sleeping on the couch now for that.
She's really good.
Is this the power of the Akatsuki?
Yeah, Shino, I don't understand why you're surprised by this.
I don't think they've run into an Akatsuki member.
No, I don't think they have. They're, actually the only Genin group that haven't, yeah. They're the only one out of the Konoha 12 that haven't. That's kind of sad.
How should I know? Even if I did, there's no way I'd tell you.
Good for them, honestly.
That's right.
The less people that have to deal with these guys, the better.
Team 8 really gets the short end of the stick. Not only do they not fight any of the Akatsuki, their sensei is sidelined.
Impressive. But even if you are silent now, when I plant the terror in you, your heart will waver. Terror? Pain?
So are you talking about Pain the person or Pain the thing?
Is terror one of Pain's alters? Should I know about what pronouns? Can you help me out here?
This could be interesting. Shino, Hinata.
And Leaf's just like, actually, we go through an entire T&I semester in Naruto Academy. I mean Ninja Academy. Not Naruto Academy. That's the future.
I wish there was a Naruto Academy.
Your 101 classes are spent assuming the proper stance to not fall over while ninja running.
It doesn't matter how many obstruct me. You will be.
Conan is the angel, by the way.
Oh. Yeah, sure, she can have that title.
Yeah, because she has the angel wings with the paper and everything. Imagine how cool it would be to play as anyone that isn't Kiba.
You trying to dump on the only guy that has a dog?
He's really not the only guy that has a dog. There's a whole clan.
Actually, you're right. I don't know. I said it. The second it left my mouth, I was like, wow, that's the least true thing I've said about Naruto today.
Shino's support, though, sure is really loud. Hinata's support sure is really bad.
It's like they turned up the sound effect volume specifically for these last two chapters. Conan is very much looking like the archetype Earth of this game.
Is that the paper making that noise?
I couldn't tell you.
It sounds like you typing, but if it's just Conan's paper, then that could make sense.
Oh, no, that is, I'm not typing.
Can I go awakening mode, please? Thank you. It's too bad that Kiba's awakening doesn't do anything.
Oh, he doesn't have a dog combo?
No. Can I dash at you, please? Thank you. Oh yeah, when you're in awakening mode, you can't use supports.
That tracks. Oh my god.
That broke her guard.
Can two people be in awakening mode at the same time?
As in, could she go in awakening while I am? Yes.
Yes. Okay, that's good.
Would really like to not die.
That's too bad. That was an N64 ass explosion.
Okay, thank you, Shino. Wow. Yeah, having better support sort of made that easier, but again, part of the game where they get aggressive, and substitutions are just kind of hard to deal with. 3% health.
Oh, the statue looks so sad.
Yep.
It's okay, you couldn't lose. You had Shino on your team. He's got a flawless win record.
We win!
You did better than I expected.
We have long passed the point where we are able to free roam, by the way, in case anyone was wondering.
It looks as though this bottle isn't going to cut it.
The last bit of free roaming you could do in the world is when Naruto speaks to Fukusaku to be taken to Mount Myoboku.
I'm surprised there isn't a line about that.
I'm pretty sure there was, which is why you have to run all the way through the village in order to find him. So that you have the chance to do anything you want instead of just being taken right out of Tsunade's office.
I see.
A clone with that kind of power?
Yeah, the Akatsuki are really good at that, actually.
Alright. It's alright.
Huh?
I mean, everyone's desperately trying to stop this fight. They're coming together.
That's one way to put it.
Of the village, so we haven't lost yet. And Naruto wouldn't give up, no matter how hard it was, or how much it hurt. So.
I know, Hinata.
Giving up was never an option anyway. Now, we'll just do what we can with everything we've got.
I forgot you sounded like that in the dub, Shino.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's enough talking. Let's go. We still got work to do.
Right.
If Shino stood very still in the forest, I would think he was a tree.
Yes.
He is a hive.
Yeah.
Let's not think about the logistics of Shino's body literally being a hive of insects.
You cut off the sentence I was going to say, so that's good.
Sometimes it's just better that way. Again, we are approaching the point of no return. The end of this running section with Sakura is the last bit of free movement we get.
What if you just went backwards, and then it was the normal village? Like, the cheering music was playing and everything. What happens if you try? Yes, please. Oh my god. Wait, no, how far back can you go?
Nah, I'm good.
Oh!
It's probably just the same rooms we've already been to. Well, this is it. This is actually the point of no return, so I guess we're finishing the game today.
Oh, okay, well.
If we have time, I guess I'll show off the Sasuke thing as well. I hope I have the save file prepared and ready to do that.
Mm-hmm. I'm about to say, I'll have to unlock Lars really fast.
Oh, good. You're all right.
Yes.
Shikamaru's here, too.
I just happened to be...
And so are these other people that are just off camera.
There's been a lot.
But if we render that many models, the frame rate will drop.
Lady Tsunade.
I want 2 units made up of everyone who can move now. 1 unit will go take out the Akatsuki, the other will act as a rescue party.
You have a lot of faith in your shinobi.
We'll get control of this situation.
I gotta do something.
Tell everyone to give their all.
Understood.
Your efforts are commendable, but in the end, worthless.
However, I am a boss.
I'm 2 bosses, actually. Maybe more. Imagine.
Pierce nose and ears, and the Rinnegan. You're pain of the Akatsuki.
I am playing this on my computer. This is PC, Steam version.
I see you've already received reports on...
That's information JIraiya left us.
So he didn't die for nothing. All right, I'll get straight to the point. Where is Naruto Uzumaki, the Nine Tails?
Who knows?
There's no point in protecting the Nine Tails any longer.
Now that's just like your opinion, bro.
You must know that even you have no chance of winning against us. Faced with divine power, humans can only run in panic.
Tsunade is like the one person in this village that has a pretty decent chance of beating Pain, right?
Yeah, 1 clean hit will obliterate any of these bodies, I'm pretty sure. It's just a shame she's been spending all her chakra on healing.
Yeah. I don't know if that specifically has started yet. And I think it's one of those things where they don't explain that in the game. Instead, they just have her get beat, and Pain just flies away to do his own thing.
Sure.
Arrogant.
This guy, his chakra is incredible.
So correct me if I'm wrong, what's basically happening is that this guy has essentially infinite chakra because he's using the cheat of drawing natural ambient chakra from the environment, right?
I'm not actually sure about that. He has ridiculously large chakra reserves, much like Naruto, because it's an Uzumaki trait. Which is how he is able to control these bodies by using up chakra. In terms of the way these bodies are acting, I'm not sure if the bodies have their own stores of chakra to be used, or if it's all drawing from Nagato specifically. One of these paths can absorb chakra, much like the androids in Dragon Ball Z, though.
Oh, yeah.
So that, assuming that all is like spread between them, that could be just replenishing his reserves repeatedly.
You back with all we have. I have nothing more to say to you. You're wrong about one thing, I'll tell you that.
Wrong?
What you desire most, you shall never have.
Do you think that the Leaf Ninja can successfully protect Naruto?
No. Naruto is stronger than you know.
Lady Tsunade.
We're getting nowhere.
Yeah, the conversation is kind of going in circles.
In that case,
Gotta stall for time.
Yeah.
Oh hey, Tsunade and Pain have matching fingernails.
Me too.
Pain.
Yes, please have these two characters that actually have movesets and support styles join you in this battle,
Right here.
instead of the others that do not.
The fifth Hokage. And as his friend, I will destroy you.
JoJo brackets around his.
Go!
So who's this calm guy you've been fighting all the time?
I don't know what you mean, actually.
Oh, every time that you're fighting in there, it says 1P for first player, and then on the other one it just says calm.
Oh. My combo!
That was some good tracking on that Sakura assist.
Yeah, it's actually pretty good. And then Shikamaru is over here like, I hit one spot 5 feet in front of me and nothing else. Nice. That worked out way better than I expected it to.
I like how you're not even calling him.
He is that bad. Okay. Alright. Hey, that worked. Sure. Oh, that almost hit him, actually.
You can do it. You got the HP.
I'll settle this.
There we go. Nice.
Nice.
Say hello to the sky for me.
Your burden is nothing compared to mine.
Punch him right into Kingdom Hearts so he can meet Sora.
The smacking sound of Tsunade punching her fist was really loud for no good reason. Like, her speaking is at this volume, and the smack was like 3 times louder than that. Hey! Alright, good title. Not so much.
When the fight, lose the cutscene.
Yeah.
I should say, of the Hokage.
That's a very common thing in anime games in general, but specifically this series.
Mm-hmm. Better than a forced loss, though.
Yeah, I guess so. There's definitely times where that can work out. See Chrono Trigger.
You think so?
It's just that I prefer this over forced losses, because in forced loss scenarios, you never know whether or not you should be spending your resources.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Jesus.
Did he just read her mind?
Pain's just like, that's so far away. Come on.
He does have the summon path. He might be able to get there very quickly.
Apparently Naruto isn't here.
I think he can also quick travel through one of the other paths. Or maybe that's just fanon. I don't know. The big spirit head thing that he was grabbing for his throw, where the tongue lashed out and threw me, that is connected to another dimension, much like the Kamui is, and so I'm pretty sure it can quick travel. Again, that might just be fanon.
Before God, no strategy will work. All is meaningless before overwhelming power. You major nations proved that over the years.
You want to speak up a bit? The music's a bit loud.
You people, you all think of yourselves as major forces in the world and push death from your thoughts.
That seems counter to what your goal is.
Which is ultimately peace. His ultimate goal at the end of everything is just peace among all of the nations. The way he goes about it is awful, but that is actually what he wants.
Mm-hmm.
In battle, both sides suffer death.
Yeah, by the way, Shizune actually just straight up died because the way of the way the path reads their mind is extracting the soul. So Shizune is just gone.
We major nations have
But she's one of my favorites.
How dare you lay false charges and make unwarranted attacks?
By the way, Kakashi is also literally dead as well.
Oh, cool.
It doesn't get animated here in the game, but he's actually sort of in limbo having a conversation with his father.
Huh.
He's still planning something?
Those who do not know pain will never understand true peace.
Pain!
Lady Tsunade.
After him! Do not let him get away!
So why are we just standing here?
They haven't given us another animation. Avoid poison and sleep? I mean, I can do one of those.
What is he thinking?
Oh, I forgot there was one more running section, I guess.
I don't know, but
I hope you're running right through the section that I wanted you to run through earlier.
I'm pretty sure we are, actually. Just Shikamaru is with us this time. This is actually the point of no return, then. Oh, Shikamaru's not even running with us. Just Sakura. Just that far as well. Thanks for spoiling, game. Gosh. With the silhouette and everything.
Yeah, I totally knew. Yeah, we gotta recreate the opening.
Now this world shall know pain.
Just like one nation. The world is pretty big.
Almighty push.
Village is gone. There is no village.
Mm-hmm. The leaf. That's why it's the leaf.
No. This isn't... This can't be
I don't think there's a monetary number that can be given to the amount of damage this caused. Gold member.
I do agree that this upcoming Naruto design is definitely one of the coolest in the series, though.
Absolutely my favorite.
Naruto, hurry! Please! Naruto!
There it is. The leaf.
That's it. That's the one.
Oh, there's a bunch of them. Oh, I love this part so much. This is my favorite part of the whole series.
There's exactly enough on the ground for one substitution jutsu.
So, you came.
Hey, look, it's the fucking thumbnail.
Oh, we them boys.
Sage Mode Naruto is the shit, and I will hear no questions about this. Coolest thing in the whole series. Love it so much.
The Hidden Leaf Village is all torn up.
It's pretty clear who did this.
Oh, good. I did have her name correct. Her name is Shima.
I felt the same thing.
Pat self on back.
Mm-hmm.
I really hope I can show off the secret actions that are in this whole boss fight. I think there's only one. There's a secret QTE you can get. I don't know how it activates is the problem. It's been very inconsistent in all the times I've ever played this game.
You okay, Kiba?
Yeah, I'm managing.
What in the world? Huh?
What's wrong?
Naruto. Naruto's come back to the Hidden Leaf Village.
So he's finally here, huh?
I see. These insects.
Yeah, Goldmember, part of why this is one of my favorite, basically my favorite part of the whole series, is that it is more than just power clashing against power. Naruto uses everything at his disposal down to information, the way he fights. It feels like an early Naruto or even an early Dragon Ball fight in the way it's laid out in outsmarting the opponent and being outsmarted and things like that.
Mm.
And sadly, some of that doesn't come through in the game. Again, because they have to make it in such a way. One of the ways that one of the paths gets taken out, the one that can absorb chakra, actually gets a hold of Naruto and starts sucking his chakra out. And the only way to enter Sage Mode is for Naruto to sit still for a few seconds to gather in the natural energy. So what he does is say, hey, you're holding me still and sucking out my chakra, so I'm just going to gather natural energy and go into Sage Mode. And so the path ends up sucking out the Sage chakra, but it doesn't know what to do with all that natural energy, and so it gets turned into a stone toad. And that's how one of the paths is beaten.
Naruto's chakra.
That's pretty solid.
That's brilliant.
It was before. He's gained incredible power through his training. The rest of this fight will likely be on an inhuman scale.
So, if we joined a fight like that, we'd just be in the way?
That's correct.
But...
Hinata.
When he says inhuman, he means frog-like specifically.
But even so, Naruto...
For a second, I was hoping that the boss would involve you being the one who's sitting in the foreground. That would have been sick.
It was good of you to come to us. Now I don't have to hunt for you.
You monster.
This feeling. I see you've become a sage. Acquire the same jutsu as Jiraiya-sensei.
Jiraiya-sensei?
I too learned jutsu from Jiraiya.
And this is part of why I think Pain is the perfect foil for Naruto, and why I think this should have been the end of the series. The other villains that come after just don't have that connection to Naruto specifically that make them important to his character and his story. Like, there's definitely comparisons with Obito and all of that. Certainly Madara and Kaguya are just, shit. Just piles of shit in terms of, impressive villains from storytelling, but Obito I can at least give a pass on the writing standpoint. But Pain I feel like was just the perfect ending to the series.
Madara was very funny to spectate, but I didn't like him in terms of story.
Yeah. I feel like if Obito and Madara just kind of weren't a thing, this whole bit plays out because the same way, because you just give Nagato the Rinnegan anyway. Sasuke beats Itachi and comes back to the village a hero, or is pardoned or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Naruto gets everything he's ever wanted from all of this ending. It really just writes itself as the perfect ending, and I wish it was that way. I'm sad it's not, even though I do like a lot of the stuff that comes after.
Yeah, Sasuke could have come back.
Mm-hmm.
This actually would have been a really good 11th hour sort of thing, for them to cooperate.
I mean, even without that, because that happens, later on during the Fourth War, but I don't even think Sasuke should have been part of this. This is Naruto's fight through and through.
Do not listen.
Oh, yeah. Fair enough.
Oh, wow. They really just have all of the paths survive for this boss fight. Okay. At least 2 of these should be gone.
We'll take you by force then.
Alright. Actually boss fight time. I can't use my ultimate or awakening, though. Which is probably good, because Sage Mode Naruto's awakening, I think, is unleashing the eight tails of the 9 tails.
And now I'll finish it.
I let go of my guard for the last hit.
I think Almighty Push is a really cool, simple jutsu, by the way.
Yeah, it's great. I like the Japanese name Shinra Tensei better than Almighty Push, but the direct translation of that involves, I think, creation or heaven or something like that, and so they don't want that connotation. Buddy, you were way over there.
Can you just take your last bit of damage?
He has multiple bars, by the way.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that wasn't a phase transition. Okay.
No.
Almighty gets pushed.
Please give me my chakra. Okay. Alright. Yep, I was hitting the wrong buttons there. Bonk, bonk, bonk.
This is my chance. Almighty push!
Oh no, the village!
Almost missed that. Almost missed that too.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep. Unfortunately, that used up all the Sage Chakra. And now we get to the thing that I hate most about this game. Last time I streamed this game, I actually got super, actual mad. Because unfortunately, they do not include what Hinata actually says here. In canon, Hinata actually confesses her love in that moment. And that, I believe, is part of the reason why Naruto unleashes all of this power. Instead of just Hinata dying, it is also the confession, I think, is part of what draws it out. And the fact that they don't include it here, I think is awful. Alright. This section is very unwieldy, as one might expect. That is sure not what I meant to do. I meant to dash at him.
Oh my god. They really make sure you get that, wow.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember how all of these work, because obviously I haven't played this in a while. There we go. I have to dash at him after doing that. That's a lot. That's a lot of rocks.
It's a few rocks. Got a couple blender cubes in there. I should watch this fight in the anime. This part, like this whole village attacking sequence and everything past it, is something that I have not seen or read firsthand. Not in entirety, anyways.
Yeah, very unfortunately, the art style animation for this fight specifically is really weird. They go for a very rounded style in a lot of it, and it's very, very contentious for a lot of people. It's where the "my opinion stronger than yours" meme comes from, and the way he looks in that one. Also, the bit where Pain is running and he literally does the Roadrunner legs running in a circle thing. Yeah, so that whole thing.
I love that, but I also wasn't watching it in real time.
I wasn't either. This whole section is I just have to run around and wait.
Can't shoot any balls at the guy?
Nope, he has a permanent shield right now. And at this point, if I fire at him, then it takes long enough and I get hit by the meteors.
Oh.
Yeah, so he has a permanent shield.
Mm-hmm.
When he comes back down, he's vulnerable and I can shoot him down.
Once again, I love these N64 explosion sound effects. And again, to emphasize, it sounds like I'm being facetious or ironic. I mean that wholeheartedly.
Oh yeah.
I love goofy, like, strong decisions in terms of sound design and things like that.
Okay, I guess we're moving on to the next phase now. I'm glad.
Planetary what now?
Planetary devastation.
Okay, wow. God. Hey, when did you get to practice this one?
Actually, no, Cold Member, it's not the inverse of Almighty Push. The inverse of Almighty Push, I don't remember what it's called, but there is one where he draws them in, which is what he used on Naruto earlier. And Hinata jumped in the way of it. Yeah, this is where Naruto unleashes 8 tails. This is almost the 9 tails being fully unleashed.
Why does he have googly eyes?
The 9 tails power. Magnificent.
But inside, there are not nice things happening. I sure hope you enjoyed the boss fight because we have cutscene now.
Yeah, that's fine.
Why? How did it come to this? It hurts. It hurts. Somebody help me. I can't.
You're giving up over this? Are you sure you're my son?
Huh?
Never noticed how different the color of their hair actually is.
Right.
You'd think Naruto's hair would be darker because it would have the red influence from Kushina.
I set up the seals.
That is usually how anime genetics work, but, you know.
Truth be told, I'd hoped it would never unravel this far. But then again, I was looking forward to meeting my son as a young man. So I guess it all evens out.
Oh yeah, they never told Naruto this, but his dad was the 4th Hokage.
You've grown up, Naruto.
Naruto. My name. How?
How? I'm the one who named you. You're my son, after all.
You named your son after a fish cake.
Your son?
Actually, that's not true. He named his son after one of Jiraiya's books.
I have so many jokes.
Naruto was actually the main character of Jiraiya's first book.
To be fair, people in the land of rain and stuff are just named Mizu. You know?
Yeah, I guess.
I think Naruto got it off pretty good. He's got a unique name.
The 4th Hokage's my...
So there's the initial reaction of, wow, the 4th Hokage, the man that I admire and respect, is my dad. Wait a minute, you sealed the Nine Tails in me. Fuck you.
I'm sorry.
Did you tell the village to fucking hate me? Did I tell the village to what? I'm about to come back to life right now.
Why? Why did you seal the 9 tails inside of me?
Well, there weren't a lot of choices at the time.
Things have been pretty rough carrying it around all these years.
I sealed the 9 tails chakra.
The Nine Tails has really only directly affected Naruto for like maybe a month out of his whole life. Sure, a lot of things affected him because of the Nine Tails, but the Nine Tails itself has only directly influenced him like a handful of times.
I would argue that the treatment of the villagers is pretty direct consequence.
No, that's because people suck. That has nothing to do with the Nine Tails.
That's just selfish.
So, even if you are correct, you're also wrong.
But since you're my son, I was sure you could do it.
From the moment I heard you crying, I knew you were destined for greatness. I've placed similar confidence in many toddlers.
I know about Jiraiya Sensei, too.
His pain is unbelievably tough.
Yeah, Naruto starts getting a whole Kingdom Hearts Sora thing going on of all the people that are in his mind at any given time. There's a lot.
I know.
But I won't forgive him.
Because there's the Nine Tails, the 4th Hokage, Kushina's in there, Itachi has a Genjutsu implanted in Naruto's psyche as well.
That's true.
I'm sure there's something else.
So,
I think pain once felt just...
Orochimaru planted a curse mark on his left pinky.
Minato was a prodigy with seals, and so that's how he had time to implant all of this stuff into the Nine-Tails seal. Somehow, quite questionable considering the circumstances, which we'll learn in the next game, but somehow...
Fights begin when people try to save what's precious to them.
Nah, he had it. He gamed the system. He learned that if he was talking while he did it, time just doesn't flow the same.
Pain lost something too, and that made him what he is.
He used all 5 of those Namek minutes.
That I don't know, but there is no hatred.
Those 5 minutes seem a lot more correct in the manga for Dragon Ball, by the way. They still don't feel entirely correct, but it's a lot better than the way the anime presents it.
I don't know what you mean.
Being a ninja means
I think Frieza just doesn't know how to count.
Also entirely possible.
Jiraiya Sensei bequeathed to you
Power level 1 million, my ass.
that would end this hatred.
But I can't forgive pain.
Hypothetically, if enough farmers with shotguns tried to fight Frieza at the same time.
Do you think we could get a 500,000 combination fusion dance? Dragon Ball Fusions does have a 5-person fusion dance.
Yes, it does.
You have to find that answer yourself, or even I don't know it.
That game's insane.
It is. It's also really good, and it needs a port and or re-release of some kind.
Clue how? I'm not smart. I'm not a great ninja, and
You'll find the answer.
I'm sorry, that's really unhelpful. Could you tell me the answer? This is not a test. They do not give me a calculator for this one.
You really think I can?
Dad, they told me that when I went into the workforce, I'd never have a calculator on me. But if I look in my pocket right now, I have my phone. You should be my phone, Dad.
It's time for me to go. My chakra is fading.
The way you're saying that reminds me of Bobby from King of the Hill.
It was a little Bobby, yeah. It's okay, Dad.
Seal the seal for the last time. The hidden leaf can rebuild.
We can bring them back with the Dragon Balls. I don't know why I'm specifically referencing Dragon Balls so much in this.
Yeah, you're on a tear here.
This is probably the most similar or easy to reference Dragon Ball section of the series, I guess.
Always be on your side.
Recent events may also be leaning into that. Not only with Akira Toriyama, but me having reread Dragon Ball and playing Dragon Ball Fusions, all of that combined.
Do your best, Naruto.
It's also pretty natural to compare different shonens.
I mean, Kishimoto even mentioned how Toriyama and Dragon Ball was a big influence on the series, so... I think it would be hard not to take inspiration from what was basically the pinnacle of your genre, so...
Certainly the beacon of the genre.
Yeah, for sure.
That and Hunter x Hunter, apparently.
Yeah, for some people. Some people don't remember that it existed.
I meant for Kishimoto specifically.
Oh, yeah. This face, though.
The Ninetales has disappeared.
Specifically, that shot right there.
Can you make this the thumbnail?
I could.
What the?
Yeah, the perspective on that one's a little weird.
Actually, I wish I'd gotten a screenshot of that.
I'm sure I can send you one.
Oh yeah, of course. Right, that's how recording works.
Uh-huh. Sure is. If Naruto had mastered the Ninetales, this would be a much easier fight, let's be honest.
It really would be.
We're back in Sage mode. Somehow. Oh, okay, the fight's just starting now. Cool. There wasn't really a let's go.
I thought that was still a cutscene. I thought you were just going to get your ass beat and then Naruto was going to go full Sage mode and heal up or something. No!
Oh yeah, he's in awakening mode now, which is why he has the hit stun. Uh-huh. Alright, that's a secret action, I guess. You could call that a secret action. Maybe it's just part of the phase transition.
Oh my god. Get Katamari'd.
I guess that is a secret action because it just takes place during this fight. Oh, we lost Sage mode now because of the Rasen Shuriken. Right, I can't grab him because he's in awakening mode. He was having none of that.
Yeah.
because he's in awakening mode, it doesn't go into the mini cutscene whenever I hit him with the Rasengan there.
Wow, awakening mode seems busted.
It is. Hello, hey, can you? That wasn't taking my health away. That was interesting.
No.
All right.
Get 5 miles away, still push.
Coolest shit is about to happen though.
All right.
Give up.
You give up.
What?
Give up trying to make me. Give up.
Uno reverse.
All 4 face buttons in a circle.
That's fun.
Because it's a spiral. The Rasengan.
Secret factor.
Yeah, because we got enough stars. Speaking of Dragon Ball influences. Right, the game doesn't mention it, but there is a 5-second cooldown every time Pain does one of his push or pull moves, which Naruto takes advantage of to great effect during the fight.
Oh, neat.
And that's it. The rest of the game is talking. Did I get all of my health back? I sure did. What title do we get?
Naruto's about to drop the sickest beats. Talk no jutsu just gained a whole new meaning.
If only that had showed up in the next fight, though. Because the next fight will be the Sasuke interlude.
Now I'm gonna meet the real you. The one controlling you.
Impressive. You figured it out.
It was the
Oh yeah, when he's in Sage mode, Naruto also becomes a censor. Somehow.
I guess if you're drawing on ambient chakra, sure.
Yeah, he becomes more sensitive to other chakra sources. That's like the most hand-wavy part of this whole sequence, but I'm willing to give it a pass.
There isn't much we can do with so little to go on.
I didn't understand it when I first heard it, but
Yeah, in the canon, in the anime and the manga, he's stabbed by one of Pain's rods. There's not a good way to say that. He uses that connection back to Pain to find him.
while I was fighting you, I felt a chakra, which was like someone watching me.
You felt...
Which, of course, they explain in this way.
I can sense nearby chakra in Sage mode. That's when I
There's rocks still falling.
meant by the real one isn't here. I knew that there was a real you doing the controlling.
I wonder if those rocks have unique physics every time this cutscene plays. Because they sure look like they do.
I already know where the real
That's a good
you
question.
is, too. I'll talk to you over there later.
Where are they even falling from?
For all, you know, maybe that globe-sized rock collection is still in the sky.
I guess that didn't completely fall apart, and it was just because it's created by an basically something akin to an orb of gravity in the middle. So maybe that was just lessening and falling apart steadily. What a fucking time for an ad break.
Oh my god.
At least it wasn't during the fight, I guess.
Gold says there's a giant trampoline underneath the rocks.
Yeah, because when one of the big ones would fall, there would be some small debris that would get strewn into the air.
Nagato.
Yes. So, the peacemaker comes tottering in.
You're the real pain.
Real pain in my ass.
All my friends. You.
Do you hate me?
How long have you been holding on to that one?
About 3 seconds.
I came here to talk to you. But I also wanted to check some things out.
Check out what?
I wanted to see how I would actually feel.
I don't even know if Nagato knows that he's from the Uzumaki clan.
To my vendetta in the face, and what I would do. I didn't even know myself.
And?
I really can't forgive you. I'm so mad I'm shaking. I'll never get over this.
Then come at me. To you, that is justice.
I'm glad I made you my student.
What's wrong? You can't forgive me, correct?
Sage said he believed that one day, people would understand one another and live in harmony.
Ironic that in this world, the age in which that happens also comes with the advent of technology and the internet. Because that should do the opposite.
But all I cared about was being his worthy student.
Nah, information sharing is vital to understanding how to connect with others.
Yeah, sure wish it worked that way.
It does work that way.
Now I know.
Maybe I'm being a bit too cynical.
Yes, you are.
I know it's not as simple as it sounds.
But that shouldn't change the fact that you cannot forgive me.
So, for the recording I did for HellfireComms non-commentary channel, I took the last 3 videos and I titled them Violence Breeds Violence, but in the end, it has to be this way.
Mm-hmm.
Because that theme is very central to this whole thing, and it's just awesome.
Can you still truly believe Jiraiya Sensei's
very different conclusion in Revengeance, though.
Yeah, for sure.
Still true, though. Some people like Hidan just need to go down.
I wanted to ask you.
What?
How you, who used to be his student, could end up like this. I don't know anything about you.
You, your village and your friends are very important to you. You want to protect them so much. Precious things, important things, irreplaceable things. You aren't the only one who has them.
Such is the way of war. The other side are people too.
Had things I felt that way about. But they're all gone. The war took them away.
I've never really paid attention to the fact that the thing behind Nagato looks like a cross.
It does, yeah.
I'm sure that symbolism is completely on purpose, considering he's revered as a god.
Yeah, very possible. Especially if they call Conan an angel in like the biblical sense.
Everything disappeared before my eyes. I hated the war, and I loathed the world that had produced it. But at the same time, I thought if war could be stopped, hatred would disappear as well. That would bring peace to this world. So how could it be done? The answer was quite simple. I needed to become a god and guide the world so that war would vanish. If I did so, there would be no loose ends. No
This
one
is
would be full of hate,
at least moderately similar to what Armstrong does in Revengeance, using war to end war.
That's not true. You've fallen for his propaganda.
What he says he's doing in Revengeance.
Yeah, but what he's... I don't think even then. That's a whole discussion I would love to get into, but not right now.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you see? This is my justice. The true peace JIraiya spoke of doesn't exist.
Ends justify the means only can even be a phrase that is uttered in sincerity when you believe in the ends.
What suits this cursed world?
In Nagato's case, he absolutely does. He believes 100% in this cause. He has been manipulated to hell and back.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why I continue to hunt the Jinchuriki as pain of the Akatsuki is also to realize my peace. It's all for the world. I did it for the sake of peace.
For the world.
Yes.
And the difference between a guy like Nagato and a guy like Danzo is just the scope of that piece.
Mm-hmm.
Have you begun to understand?
Danzo wishes for the prosperity of the village in an extremely toxic way that is bad for everyone else in the world, and also the village in a lot of ways. He sure believes he's doing right. He also wants to be the one in charge of that peace, which is part of the main problem that he has.
Yeah, he's the kind of guy that is told a lie so many times and in such strict confidence that he begins to believe it himself.
I can't do that. Even now, I hate you so much it makes me sick.
Then you want to settle things.
But... Hervey Sage believed in me.
If this were the anime, we would have gotten the entire cutscene as a cut-in for that flashback, instead of just seeing one frame of the flashback.
We actually did get the flashback earlier in this exact conversation.
We got like one line of it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll believe in my master until the very end.
How foolish. How can I believe JIraiya's words after all this? There's no such thing as true peace.
Even though Nagato does believe in his peace and whatever would be brought about by his end goals of obtaining all of this power and basically frightening the villages into what he would call peace, he understands that eventually that would die out and war would return.
I'll break the curse.
I think he even says at one point that even that would be a fleeting peace.
There's such a thing as peace. I'll find it. I'm not giving up.
And I'm telling you that's foolish.
Nuh-uh.
As long as you don't give up. Peace will come as long
Fuck
as
you mean, nuh-uh?
You'll never achieve anything thinking like that. You can't save anything. Nothing. No one.
Well, I'm dumb. I still don't really understand about peace, or what I should do. But
realistically, the peace that is created at the end of this series would continue indefinitely for at least, I would say, 100 years, if not for intervening factors like fucking aliens happening.
So true.
But the peace between the nations would certainly continue for a long time, because the Kage of that generation are all just kind of friends.
Nothing can go on. I hate that. I don't want to go back on my word no matter what.
You really are.
Or at least a lot closer to friends than the current generation is.
Foolish thoughts can bring true peace.
They can. Because I promised.
But I truly believe that the
Yeah.
day will come when all people will understand one another and live in harmony.
Wow, that's kind of deep.
Well then, if I can't find the solution myself,
I'm not sure if this particular part of the conversation was shown earlier.
I don't think so.
Yes, sir. Can't refuse your orders, Pervy Sage.
And Naruto has absolutely no idea what he's taking on. He's just like, yeah, sure, whatever.
He's literally 13.
Yeah, maybe.
I never go back on
But,
my word.
yeah, even if he didn't really understand what he was promising, he doesn't go back on it.
That's my ninja way. I'll inherit my master's will, and I swear to make it come true. If there's no way to true peace, I'll make one out of nothing. As long as I have people who believe in me, I won't give up until the very end.
listen, Nagato. No matter what happens from now on, never give up. Just go straight forward, without giving up. I'm sure in the end, you'll find the peace you seek. Where Yahiko and Kona and everyone can smile. That sort of peace. I believe in you. I believe you'll be able to bring peace.
A spirit that won't quit, huh? Come to think of it, Jiraiya-sensei taught me that too. But I was trapped by pain and hate, and I forgot.
Nagato.
Funny, I had the same teacher. I must have had that time as well, but... Naruto Uzumaki. Even in this confusion, your eyes are clear. As though your eyes see even farther than my Rinnegan. You'll make me see a future where you walk a path unlike mine.
I'll inherit my master's will, and I
Yeah, that happened like less than 2 minutes ago. Don't think we needed a flashback for that one.
make one out of nothing.
They can have one.
They could have just overlaid the dialogue without putting the actual flashback on.
Everyone gets one.
I suppose.
We ought to be able to understand one another. I meant it as a joke. I think I shall believe in you.
Ding ding, Nagato has become your friend.
Nagato will now die for you.
You're a bit closer to home for that one than you might think.
Oh no, I know.
Okay.
Besides, if the junior student of our master says he won't give up, as seniors, we can't give up either.
Talk no jutsu, but he did literally beat him up no jutsu before this.
Mm-hmm. He did make sure he was out of the fight first. Had to get to the point where he could talk.
If you use it with your chakra as it is now, you'll...
What is it?
Gedo art of Rinne rebirth.
Rinne? What are you going to do?
It returns the dead to life.
Huh? You can do that?
There's still time to at least revive those who I've killed here in the Leaf. Think of it as reparation.
There's a time limit on the jutsu, isn't there?
The longer it's been, the more chakra it takes, is my understanding. That might be Phantom. I don't know.
War inflicts death.
I would not say this is the most controversial part of the arc, because if all of these people in the village stayed dead, we would have a very different story going on from here. And a lot of things would need to be very different in a way that I don't think would work out the same. I think this part is fine.
It'd be pretty dire, too.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of main characters died.
Mm-hmm.
Eternal hatred. And pain that does not heal. That's...
I'm not sure what the most controversial part of this arc would be, aside from the anime. And people's feelings about the animation change for the fight, but that's not a part of the arc specifically in terms of canon, so I don't know.
And those are the things you will face in the coming days, Naruto.
I guess I don't know what the most controversial part is, because I tend to not look up people's opinions about this kind of thing. Despite the fact that I used to be a moderator for a manga discussion forum, I did not really get involved in a lot of the discussions for the big series.
I feel like by now, most people just like the Pain arc.
Mm-hmm. It sort of... I mean, it has the benefit of being before the arcs that come after it.
Yes.
Which is a dumb thing to say, but also the stuff that comes after it is not as good for a lot of people.
Yeah. It's that picture of that dude that won the Olympics in the ice skating because everyone else just fell over behind him.
I think the Pain arc is really just the completion of a lot of the themes that this series has been building up all this time. The connection between Naruto and Nagato as Jiraiya's students, the way they both want peace and want to attain it in different ways, the way that Naruto masters Sage Mode in a way that Jiraiya never could, the way he comes back to rescue, to save the village, the way Shippuden starts. He's returning to the village after a training trip. Just all of these things just meld together into just the perfect ending to the story, and obviously it continues in for better or worse, but
I see.
I don't know. I don't see how anyone could find a whole lot controversial in this. I guess the resurrection jutsu is probably the most controversial, and I think I said that once already, just because of you're bringing back a lot of characters that die. That's always going to be controversial to some people, I think. Unless you're Dragon Ball, because that's another Tuesday in Dragon Ball.
This mysterious child has changed.
I just think there's so many other parts of the series that are controversial for much more legitimate reasons. Even before this, I would say there are things that are more controversial, not even counting like Toby. Toby's whole thing I have so much gripe with. I don't even know if I'll get into all of it when we're playing through Storm 3 and 4, but I just... Obito's fascinating as a character, I just think he really wasn't handled the best.
Nagato's dream, Jiraiya Sensei's dream. Since both of their dreams have been passed on to you, you now embody them. Because Nagato was willing to believe in you, I will believe in you as well. We of the Hidden Rain Village shall chase their dreams together with you.
The guts to never give up.
Do you think,
and pain,
in the entirety of the story, if it had actually ended at Pain, do you think Itachi is still a good guy, or he was actually just evil the whole time? Or do you think that's just entirely unconnected?
I think genuinely you can write that Itachi was had good intentions in the same way that it would mirror Nagato. I think you could do that, and I think you could give Sasuke a degree of clarity that has him returning to the village because he realizes that his priorities are different and that he's been misguided and led along and manipulated by people like Orochimaru, who want nothing but the kind of pain and suffering and literal genocide of his people that was enacted on orders from specific people in the Leaf. And then the next arc would be like Naruto and Sasuke ending up needing to figure out that part in or at least it could have even been a Sasuke-led arc with Tsunade in cooperation. We could have just kept taking turns, you know?
Mm-hmm. Sasuke finds out that Itachi had done everything in his whole life. Everything he had ever done was to protect the village and to protect Sasuke. And Sasuke's immediate response is, okay, I'm going to burn the village down. It's just, I don't know.
That part's still wild.
It sure is. I previously described it as Sasuke achieves his life's dream and then pisses on it. Or something along those words.
Sasuke has like a real Lex Luthor turnaround. Like he beats Superman and then he's like, alright, fuck planet Earth. Like even harder.
Mm-hmm. I think this whole segment here is another part of why I think this is the perfect ending to the series. And that Naruto finally, like I said, he gets what he's always wanted. He gets the acceptance of the whole village. He is the hero of the Leaf Village. This is what he has been wanting this whole time. And, you know, you could talk about how it was only because he saved them and not because they actually legitimately like him and all of that. Whatever. He's still the hero. He is still revered and accepted now.
Yeah, and it's a very good reason for a lot of ignorant people to turn around their biases. Mm-hmm. Especially after everything that's going on in the Sand Village, which is their allies at this point, considering that one of the Jinchuriki is literally the Kazekage there.
Mm-hmm. Although he's not a Jinchuriki anymore, but he was at the time, yeah.
Oh, yeah, true.
Idiot.
But even by the time Shippuden started, Gaara was respected throughout the village and definitely seen as a positive force for the village.
Yeah, he did a lot of good. Yamato is definitely on standby to help with these repairs, yeah.
It took me longer than 4 seconds to remember Yamato's name.
That's rough.
I was going to make a joke about how, yeah, Yamato was here, but I literally could not remember his name right away.
That's not like you. Come on, here we go.
That would also be a good thumbnail. That shot of Naruto's face back there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good ones. I'll probably choose the Sage Mode one, because I am biased.
Fair. I always was really happy about Iruka's role in Naruto's life story.
Mm-hmm. And it continues. He has more to do in Storm 3. Not so much 4, but definitely 3.
I'm just glad that he got to be like a recurring character with a significant role.
Mm-hmm. Because a lot of characters don't have that luxury in this series.
Nope.
We have to load the credits.
Fair. I'm sure a lot of people worked on this game.
Yeah. It's a very long credit sequence.
Did they credit both the English and the Japanese voice actors here?
Yes. Also, probably some of the other languages. Now, no, I guess it's just English-Japanese. If we're gonna do the Sasuke thing, I probably just have to skip past this, unfortunately. Because I don't want to sit here until, like, 7 o'clock.
How long is the Sasuke thing?
Probably about 20 or 30 minutes.
I see. That'd be quite tragic.
Yeah, I'll just let the credits play and I'll mute and everything.
Mm-hmm, small break.
Well then, if I can't find the solution myself, shall I pass the quest on to you?
You'll find the answer. I believe in you.
I think I shall believe in you, Naruto Uzumaki.
I don't know how long it'll take, but I'm gonna find that answer for you, I swear. So, it'll be good to know you're looking out for me. Rest easy now, okay? And
Naruto!
huh?
We're leaving!
Whoa, is it that late already?
Come on, hurry up!
Hey, wait! I'm coming!
Give it your best.
Naruto?
I'll be back, I promise.
Naruto, are you even listening? We're gonna leave without you. I mean it.
What? Wait!
Honestly, what were you doing?
Oh, you know, just enjoying the scenery.
Huh? The scenery? That doesn't sound like you at all.
Sakura, every so often, even I.
Scenery really is nice.
Yeah, isn't it? When I look at that view, I feel, you know, sorta... wait, Sakura?
Okay. Come on, or I'll leave you behind.
You kids sure are raring to go today, aren't you?
And so the winds of the era rose. Now a new wind is taking shape. A new path full of infinite potential. The tale of Naruto Uzumaki begins now.
Alright, and we're back. So we're gonna go do the Sasuke storyline, and things have totally not happened to screw things up 2 different times now. Don't worry about it. The timeline has been fixed.
That's what the time patrollers are here for.
Something like that, yeah. We went back into the past and collected the ramen stones in order to fight Naruto character that starts with T, Tamari. Sure.
I was just going to say imperfect Orochimaru.
You know what? Probably a better choice. Anyway, once you get up to the final cursed doll in that side quest, you receive a letter which you bring to Tsunade, and it starts the sequence of events that leads into the Sasuke fragment story. I made mistakes when I tried to do this before, thinking it worked in a different way or just didn't test things, so the previous attempt that we had at this didn't work out so well, and then there was another time where, you know, technology decided to be technology, but you know what? We're not going to talk about those. They don't exist. It's not important. Sasuke is standing in a forest staring at nothing.
If a mistake is made in the woods and it's never uploaded, did it even really happen?
Sasuke, I have a job for you.
A job.
Special shout out to Demonic Howard for pointing out that my co-com, Starlight Road, was not audible. Haha, that's a joke in and of itself, in the first attempt at this recording.
You gotta stop.
I want you to hunt the 8 Tails Jinchuriki.
The 8 Tails?
Really, the coat on Sasuke here is actually a nerf because he doesn't have his incredibly slutty deep V anymore.
You're right, he doesn't. We were also pointing out before how he's got, like, the hood. Instead of having the popped collar, he's got, like, a full hood.
It's a full hoodie.
Yeah, it's so weird. How did that get custom made? If I recall, Kakuzu was the one that was making and repairing the cloaks for all of the Akatsuki. Makes sense since he's got the whole thread jutsu thing going on, that he would be the one, like, working with the clothing and whatnot.
Up ahead, huh?
But, he gone now. His atoms were literally torn apart by Naruto.
Very true.
Fragment. The 8 Tails Jinchuriki.
That cloak would actually be very warm, you're right, Demonic. Especially in the land of fire, whose climate is appropriately pretty warm. I think this is actually meant to take place somewhere else, but just the way the map in the game is working, it's these maps are in the land of fire.
It's a different forest every time, but you would never know.
Right. And here we have a weird character who almost doesn't work in the English dub. His rapping style is something that sort of only makes sense in Japanese, and the dub does its best in order to translate it, and I'd say your mileage may vary on whether or not you like it.
But he does have his own theme.
He does have his own theme song, and it's honestly pretty cool.
Yo, who are you? Why you want to capture me?
He's also just funny. He's the kind of character who can say anything, and then you just giggle madly afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
That mouth is a nuisance.
And Sasuke is mostly unfazed because he grew up with Naruto. This is not all that weird by comparison.
It's me, yo. So stand back and stay back, or you'll get whacked. You fool.
Try me.
Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and use my maximum bento that I got off screen in between recording sessions. This is totally happening on the same day, and I'm just really fast at unlocking stuff.
We've been over this. We went back in time.
The sacred timeline has been restored, all of that stuff. There's gonna be a lot of electricity sounds in these fights, by the way. We have 2 people using electricity powers in their jutsu.
Not very bee-like of him.
He caught me because I was charging my jutsu instead of using it normally. Okay. Was that just the end of his combo, or did he drop?
I don't know, that looked pretty conclusive to me. It did look like he could keep going, but
yeah,
19 hits has got to be the end of that, surely.
You'd be surprised, especially since the thing about B's combos is because he has so many hits in them, it does make it a little bit easier to get the substitution, since it's every one of those hits you have a chance to hit, you know, the timing for it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cool, you just kind of made yourself get hit by that. Nice.
Well, that's overkill.
Just what I'd expect from the 8 Tails.
As the fight faded out back there, there was a shot of Sasuke holding his eye, which is the only indication this game gives that using Amaterasu actually hurts him.
Mm.
It's not until Storm 3 that we really find out the damage that's being done.
This guy is tough, and it's like he's not going all out.
He's not even close to going all out.
Yo, my power's all a flash with some still left in my stash. 8 Tails, that be me. The rapping killer be. For sure.
Like I said, you can just giggle madly at anything.
I'm sick of dealing with him already. Maybe I'll finish him off quick with that. Yeah.
This chakra.
What? Picking a fight with me when that's all you got?
His chakra is growing, overflowing. Okay, that sure is a lyric.
So this is your true form, huh?
It's an octopus.
It sure is. I think most of the tailed beasts are some combination of two animals, aside from like the nine-tails fox, which is just a fox. The other ones are some amalgamation of two or more creatures.
He's clearly a combination between a fox and a dog, Spar.
Now, this is one of the toughest fights in the whole game, because it's much like the Deidara fight in that he is permanently in awakening mode and a giant monster, but he's much more aggressive and his attack power is way, way higher.
I truly managed to misread that as Supreme Steak Burrito.
The other thing is, he just kind of stands there and takes the hits a lot of the time when I've got a combo going. Because, I mean, it wouldn't be fair if he could fight back. That one combo did all that damage.
Sorry, I'm truly just... I'm enraptured by the design of this guy. It's so fucking weird.
It sure is. His ranged attack knocks me over no matter what every time it hits me. That's what was happening back there. And right there.
Oh.
He is being distinctly non-aggressive after I said he was more aggressive, though.
It's never too late.
Yeah. Yep, okay. Yep, there we go. I mean, all it takes is a couple of those.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you're one combo away from death.
Yep. But now I have awakening mode. And he runs right into a Matarasu, so it doesn't matter.
That was an instant kill.
It does so much damage in awakening mode, and it has all the properties, like the hit stun and everything, so it's just that much more broken. And that's it. That's the fights for the fragment story. Yeah, in the anime, Sasuke's whole squad of like Jugo and Suigetsu and Karin are all here as part of the fight. And I think B actually takes Suigetsu's sword, which was Zabuza's sword, and uses it against them.
But now...
It's really funny how many places that sword goes.
It kind of travels all over like the eastern half of this world.
I don't think Zabuza even gets it back.
He sure does.
Oh, he does? Okay.
Yep. When they get to that point where the people were resurrected, he does get his sword back. Somehow.
Nice work. I knew you could do it.
Well, I'm going to leave now.
First, to heal. Then...
I used up too much chakra. He learned that one from Kakashi.
Mm-hmm.
The hidden leaf.
Now, to be fair, he probably did. For real.
Yeah. Yeah, legitimately, like I said, Sasuke's whole team is there, and they almost die 4-on-1 against B.
Mm-hmm. Historical revisionism. We have to go back in time again, Spar.
This is the same forest that we just fought B in, but at a different time of day.
The hidden leaf. So tell me the truth. What are your intentions?
Itachi's life shows how he sacrificed himself to protect the village.
And Sasuke will now piss on all of that.
But my grief at losing him is deeper than any desire to follow his path. Now that I know the truth, I will never take his side and protect the Hidden Leaf.
Huh. I wonder about that.
Are you sure?
Not even once.
It's not Itachi that brings him back to that, though. It's Naruto. Itachi has nothing to do with Sasuke actually eventually coming back to the village.
The reason Itachi couldn't kill me was because my life was more precious than the village. Then I feel similarly, that Itachi's life is more precious than the Hidden Leaf. That's all. They ordered my brother to kill our parents. It wasn't just the elders who chased Itachi to his death, but all those who live in such a village.
I don't know how I feel about that. Because the people randomly living in the village, especially the ones that aren't even shinobi, had nothing to do with that decision.
Yeah. I understand the leap of logic, but I think the path to have gotten there is not rendered as well as it could have been.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
To experience this hatred of mine.
Completely unrelated, Cassette Cobra and Chad is right. Conan does have the best superpower.
Yeah, she's honestly got, like, some of the coolest powers. I wonder if Conan was created for this series before or after the Read or Die anime, who also has a character that uses paper as a cutting power.
It's a very old concept.
Sasuke Uchiha. He's a true avenger. No one can stop him now. No one.
Except me. And Naruto. And the real Madara. And Pain probably could have done it. And I could probably list off like 7 other people that could do it too. Oh well.
I don't think Sasuke could beat Tsunade in a fight.
It really depends. It really depends on how far Tsunade really wants to go in the fight. Naruto supposedly kind of sensing that something is going on with Sasuke, I guess is what that's meant to be.
Yeah, through their force bond. I actually really like that trope in Shonen.
Yeah, it's honestly pretty good, and I think that's actually going to cover it. Like I said, this was going to be a pretty short stream just to cover this little fragment story, but I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I hope you enjoyed the entirety of the Ultimate Ninja Storm 2 playthrough. We're going to be covering Storm 3 probably sometime next year, but in the meantime, there will be other stuff going on. Next weekend, I plan to cover DLC 2 of Final Fantasy XVI, the Rising Tide DLC, so look forward to that. And we will see you in the future for more HellfireComms live streams.
I know I had fun.
Bye, everyone.
Bye!